Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm going to be sharing with you a very positive story, and thank you to the viewer who shared this with me. We're going to be looking at a woman in her 70s in the city of Detroit who decided to take things into her own hands. She actually started this business before the pandemic, but it is carrying her through the pandemic. Okay. She has in her front yard in the city of Detroit, not too far from where some of my family lives and some of my family used to live, on a street called Steele. She has a little small restaurant right in her front yard. So let me show you all this very, very inspiring story, and I will be right back.
How are you?
I am fine. We put it right here in 2017, and we've been rolling ever since.
Sharpest Eatery, home of the $5 meal right in Miss Doris's front yard.
Right now, we have rice, and we have chicken, and we have fish.
Even greens grown in her garden on the city's west side off Steele Street.
This is, it kind of look like the country.
There's a reason first-timer Annie Calhoun got country vibes from this pink mini kitchen.
I stayed in South Carolina for over 20 years, and that's where most of my cooking experience comes from, working with the ladies in South Carolina.
And I like her attitude and Miss Doris.
Doris Sharp Frazier, forever inspired by her mom's mac and cheese.
Don't be acting up, because we got company.
Her and her husband made this happen 4 years ago, bringing her cooking career to the neighborhoods.
It's hard for people out here. And if people can get a decent meal for a decent price, I hope they come here because it's worth it.
Her husband, he's gone now.
I told him I could see him up there in heaven telling people that she belonged. That's me and my wife right there.
She just doesn't stop. Open 6 days a week, full-time catering too. Just got her master's degree. Oh, and she's 73.
The best way to keep yourself alive to me is to keep going. Always do something.
COVID didn't help her unusual niche spot at all. She needs more mouths to feed, and soon.
If you have, as long as you got a dream and work at it, it will come true.
Reporting on Detroit's West Side, Jessica Dupnack, Fox 2 News.
So it's very interesting what you can make happen when you see that there is no other way or no other option. I'm pretty sure that in your 70s, it may be difficult to find a job. So this woman created her own job, her own employment through starting a business right in her front yard. Now, she took a shed. This woman took a shed and she turned it into a small restaurant right there in her front yard. I've talked to you all before about this shed here. This is a shed. I'm able to do so much here in this shed, not just broadcast from here and things of that nature, but I make things here, I write here, I create a lot of my publications here, books and things that we've made. All of that's done here. And so there is so much you can do with a shed. There was a video that I talked about not long ago where a mother actually bought a shed and she made her son his very own barber shop right in the backyard. So she knows where he is. So all of his clients can come right there in this well-decorated barber shop that his mom had built for him, had all the components put inside, and her son is right there at home running his own business out of a shed. So this is what we mean when we say it's time to think outside of the box. There are things that you can do. You can get used sheds. As a matter of fact, sometimes the Most High could just simply open up a door. Okay? Someone gave my brother a shed. They gave it to him. You see, I don't know what he's going to do with it, but it was given to him. These are the kinds of things that the Most High can do and open up doors for you, right? Years ago, I also shared a story about a farmer that I was connected with on my old Facebook page. He's a black farmer. He's a young fella too. And he was talking about how because there were certain things he was doing on his farm, people got wind of it, and whenever they would have certain things they wanted to give away, they would come and give it to him. And they gave him something, I forget what it was, but it was something very valuable. And he shared the testimony of it. And I said, wow, if you put yourself out there, if people know what you're doing and they know you're trying to do something positive, they will do things for you. They will be a blessing to you. They will give things to you. There's a farmer that we know as well. He gave us something. We went there to pay for it. You see, he's a white farmer, but when we went there to pay for it, when we pulled out the money, he said, no, you all can have it. He says, bless you, my brother. That's what he said to my husband. You see, and so the Most High, he will open up doors if you take that initial step and you don't try to ride around on excuses. You never know what can happen. So I was really glad to see this story. I'm thankful to the person who shared it with me. This was a very inspiring story, but I wanted to share it with you all. For those of you who feel hopeless, like there's nothing you can do, there are things you can do. You just have to put on your thinking cap. Years ago also, I shared the fact that there are people on Facebook Marketplace who cook out of their home. And there are people that are willing to buy your food, especially men. If there's a single man out there, if he doesn't have to cook and he can find somebody, they're not as picky as women are. A lot of women aren't going to just go to Facebook Marketplace and say, oh, they're selling chicken dinners over here. Let me go get one, right? But you have men, truck drivers, people who are in transit, people who don't have time or the skill. They'll look at that and they'll say, wow, and they'll give you a chance. There's a young lady we saw. Young black lady, she's selling her pastries on Facebook Marketplace. So nothing fails but a try. My mom said that to us many years ago. Nothing fails but a try. So in other words, if you don't try, you'll never know that if it'll succeed or fail unless you try. So again, I wanted to share this very inspiring story with you all. I was really proud of the lady to see her just out there doing her thing in her little shed. It looks like a little bitty shed or whatever, and it's in front of her house. I pray the Most High's protection upon her, because you know sometimes our people can get crazy and want to rob you after you've been out there all day hustling and earning money. You know, I just pray the Most High's protection over her, because after all, she is in the city of Detroit. Having lived a good majority of my life in Detroit, I know what it can be like. Okay, so I pray his protection upon her, that he protects her, and that nothing like that darkens her doorstep. Anyway, family, I want to know what your thoughts are in the comment section on this very inspiring story. What are your thoughts on what this 70-something-year-old woman is doing? Share your comments below, but until next time. We hope you liked today's topic. Please leave your comments below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, share it like this video, and with that, we're out. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.